We are live.
Sweet. How you doing?
Hi, everybody.
I need to get this off of here.
We're not live.
Yeah,
3366.
okay.
Here we go. We're live now.
We're live now. Why was there a different live than
It's
the
like
last?
a 30-second delay. Yeah.
Just as live as
StreamYard.
we ever was.
Yeah, and I said everything. Oh wait, I didn't. I didn't.
I already
send it.
liked it. I don't want to unlike.
Let's see. Hold on.
3351.
You still working, Pat?
Yes, I'm still working. I'm just doing the small nitty gritty shit now, like making sure the calc blocks are all say what heads I'm using and all that shit. So,
Yeah.
you know, the small shit the plans examiners love kicking it back for.
Oh.
I take great pleasure in doing it. It's like,
Gemma, I'm gonna put the link in. Gemma's in the chat.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny because now Janice and Dell, they wanted to start enforcing the Nevada Blue Book requirements for signing in plans.
Yeah.
So I've been kicking them back if I don't have a QE signature on my plans.
We've been doing that all. We did that all along at Henderson.
Well, no, I mean, not like a qualified person on your contractor's license. So like if Focus Fire was submitting something, I need Lance's signature on the plans.
Uh-huh.
Not just a nice set signature now.
Okay.
So all right. So
Me and
that's
Hazy got the link.
okay.
I did everything, but I forgot to send it to those two.
220.
And it's so easy to do it with just one email to you and T-Dub and to David and to
Right.
Kat
It
and
is.
everybody else. And so, ooh, are we going to get copyright laws because we can hear Pat's TV?
Depends on what's on the TV.
Can't hear shit now.
I don't know. Uh-oh.
Fuck. Sorry, pardon me.
Hi,
Hey,
Gemma. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Great to see you.
Good to see all of you too.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I've been working my ass off on videos today. I've been filming a bulk load.
No, you have not. Stop it. I'm just joking around.
I know.
Pretty funny.
I had to process it for a second, brother.
Yeah,
but
it takes us a
Well,
second.
I do it to Nancy every time she comes home. She says, I worked my ass off. And I go, well, turn around. Let me see.
I know Captain Dirk wouldn't.
I know
But
Justin's
anybody-
joking with me. Sometimes I have to sit here and think about it for a second because sometimes I don't know
We got like a
his tone of voice if he's joking or not.
I know Captain Jerk wouldn't say anything to upset me because he's just Captain.
No, I know he would. I've known Captain Jerk 4 years. I know, well, 4.5 years. I know he
You've known
wouldn't
him as
upset
long
me
as
ever.
I've known him then.
Yeah, I've known him since the beginning of my channel, pretty much. He's been with me every step of the way.
Oh, great.
Haven't you,
anyway.
Justin?
How has Gemma's day been? Good, bad, indifferent? What?
It's been good, apart from the fucking fireworks have been driving me fucking crazy. But yeah,
Fireworks?
it's bonfire weekend here, which basically means non-stop.
Oh, Guy Fawkes.
Yeah,
I wish it was here because I got a lot of stuff I need to get
I
rid of.
hate fireworks with a passion. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah, my steering wheel belt buckle is driving me nuts.
But I cope.
I gained 4 pounds since August. Doctor didn't say a word. I went to the doctor today. There's nothing wrong. Everything's fine, but it's just a blood pressure checkup. My blood pressure's perfect. It's right on.
I've been watching this most of the day, making notes for videos. So
Okay.
yeah.
So you gained 4 pounds, but you don't look any fatter. Does that mean your dick's just getting longer?
That's because it's all down here around my waist. That's why.
Oh my god.
Well, I hate to tell you how much weight I lost because I hate to see what Captain's going to come up with that one.
Well, I'm gonna drink less. I think drinking beer makes you gain weight.
How is your day been, Tom?
Good. It's a little slow, but it can be expected for what's going on around, with the virus and everything.
Mm-hmm. How's it going, Patrick?
I'm going. Just I drank too much last night, so I may not
How's
be.
your day, David?
It's going good. Went to the doctor. Everything's there's nothing wrong with me. He had a
At least nothing to dig
training
about.
a nurse. A nurse was in nursing school. She was going the next rank up. She said she was a nurse for 20 years, but it'll bring her up to the status of a PA. So they had to do everything in quadruple. She checked me. The doctor checked. I said, Dr. Moyer, there's nothing wrong with me. And he said, no, everything's fine. It's just
I guess I just have to double check to make sure that
she's training, and she told me she was nervous. And I said, well, you don't look nervous to me. It looks like you're doing a great job.
Yeah, some of the nursing students can be, though. I train a lot of nursing students over here in the UK, and some of them, I wonder why they went into nursing in the first place. I'm just like, okay, I'm a bit concerned.
I think it's all in learning the computer system that they have at the doctor's office. They're under management. The management that manages our medical hospital, everything is all linked together by a computer, and they have to get it all in the computer just the right way. That's what consumes most of the time. It's not like you walk in there, the doctor checks you out and checks it off your chart, and he says you're fine, go home.
Anthony, the link's in the chat if you want to.
Yeah.
Hey, Anthony, what's up?
Hey, Anthony, come on up. The link's in the chat. That's how I got it.
Over it because I was at the eye doctor this morning.
Hi,
and
Anthony.
my
Ouch.
So everything is really bright. We got a light fog over it, but it'll go away in a couple hours.
How long does that take that to wear off for you? Those drops?
That started. I was there at 8. I got the drops roughly at about 8:30, and it will be going on until about 4:35.
I try to schedule those for in the afternoon or in the evening, so I don't have to so I can see part of the day.
I do it first thing in the morning. I want to get it done and get it over with. But your eyes are going to get dilated, okay, guaranteed. The good news was, let me say this. The good news was it's still dry macular degeneration, so I'm good. But I just as soon get it done in the morning. Get it done, get it over with. They're going to dilate your eyes. You're going to be this way for a good 8 hours. You're done with it.
The thought putting something in my eyes. No, thank you.
But the doctor says everything's the same, huh?
Yeah. I go every 4 months now. So what they say is they pull up the pictures of my eyes from the macular from last visit, and they compare it to the one that they just took today. And from 4 months ago, he didn't see any changes, no new growth, no new nothing.
Now my condition.
No news is good news.
The doctor looked at this brand new camera in the doctor. It was so new, the insurance doesn't even cover it, so they charge. I was curious about it. I said, yeah, go ahead and I'll pay for it. 2/3 of my macula is never generated. I got like 1/3 of a macula. That's why I don't see well. He said, this looks like this doctor. He must be a young doctor because my other doctor retired. And he said, this happened a long time ago. And I said, well, yeah, it was when I was born with that. So mine is the macula never developed. It's just sitting there. I don't know if it's wet or dry means. Can you?
I should technically have glasses, but I choose not to have them.
The dry is the good kind. The wet is the bad kind, and the wet starts robbing you of your vision.
Is the wet when you have to start getting the shots in your eyes?
Yep.
Gemma, you could totally rock the freaking sexy librarian thing.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
You probably have a date before the end of the week. Guys will be beating down your door. Oh,
The
God, I gotta
sexy
put this girl.
the sexy librarian.
Talking to that, brother, I'll talk to you in a private conversation about that.
Oh, she's got a boyfriend already.
I haven't got a boyfriend, but I'll update you
We
in
won't see
private
her
about that front of things.
Okay.
Okay. And the reason why I took the Camaro that far apart is because I was trying to replace the heater hoses or take the heater hose plugs out of the engine block and the water pump, and they were too long, so they wouldn't spin all the way around 360 degrees without hitting that portion of the serpentine belt kit. So that's why it had to come off, so I can put a plug in there. Because we're deleting the heater hoses. We don't need no stinking heat in the desert.
No,
Not so much. No.
just put a sleeve and 2 hose clamps. Just eliminate it.
But yeah, well, what I did have,
Pickup.
it looked like hell. What I did have is I had the one heater hose looped around tying into the other one, so I could keep driving the car.
Yeah, just have them connected together.
Yeah, and that
We had
was
an old pickup truck one time. The heater core went out in it. They wanted like more than what the truck was worth to fix it, so we just had it. They just cut it out like you did. Just my uncle did it. The mechanic didn't do it. He just cut the hose, took a
put it
piece,
together and
took a sleeve and
the heater.
clamped it together, and that was it. He just eliminated the heater core altogether.
Well, that's why I took the heater core out of the Camaro. Is first I had a brand new one, put it in, got it pressurized, leaked, sent it back, got another brand new one, put it in, pressurized, didn't leak, lasted for a while, then it started leaking. So then I took it and had it repaired locally, put it back in, lasted a long time, and then when Pat and I were doing the speedometer calibration on it, I looked down at Pat's feet in the footwell, and there's antifreeze coming down.
Well, that's what happened one day. I was in the truck and
What are you going for?
my feet, I felt something warm and wet on my feet, and it was dripping. The heater core was leaking. And of course, he took it and he said they told him it had to be replaced. They'd have to take the whole dashboard out and everything to get to it. So we just did without heat. We weren't like in Alaska or
We get
something.
pretty much in the wintertime, around the clock a couple of times, but that's it. It's mostly during the summertime. And it's summertime, it's mostly at night too.
Yeah.
There's a few places in the day I want to take it, but yeah. And I wish Jimmy C would get on because his springs are in Connecticut right now. The set of springs I sent him, the old set.
You sent it FedEx, right?
Yeah, it's FedEx.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me see.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'm trying Rock Auto for the second time. Let's see, Jimmy C. Saying it's going to be delivered on Monday. Super glue.
Getting scary.
And so let's see.
We need, Anthony's in there.
Jimmy C's box is in Middletown, Connecticut.
Okay.
I don't know where that is. Middle.
I do.
I figured Cap would know.
I do.
Right? Yep.
There's a big old freaking nut house down there.
And you're not in it.
Surprisingly, no.
I couldn't help that. I couldn't resist that.
Surprisingly, I'm not.
Yeah.
Porter Grip. All right. What's going on?
Like I said, I'm all packed except for like the essentials.
So
I'm
you're
hoping that I would be blessed by the good Lord and find another place pretty
Hey,
soon.
Porter Grip, how you doing?
going to the basement to the ground floor, right?
Yeah, but I haven't heard from the property manager. I've sent him an email. I guess if he's going to kick me out, he would have sent me a letter or something by now. So
Is Anthony hanging out in the basement? It
but
looks
I couldn't get anything clear out of him. Apparently, he doesn't know what he's doing, or he's just not a good communicator.
Yeah, he is.
Well, how long do I have? And he said, "Well, I really don't know."
Sorry, Anthony. I had it on big screen. You don't see the basement when it's on big screen.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one who went to the eye doctor today.
You did too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went
I was wearing my sunglasses until we went to lunch and I came home.
I went 9:40 this morning.
Okay.
Male, tall, blonde, wearing sunglasses.
And a face mask.
But see, I go
You were
around
the
the
eye
corner.
doctor too, Anthony.
I go around the corner and I can do this.
What movie was I just quoting?
Oh God.
I've got one that can see.
Yeah.
Oh, it's at the tip of my tongue.
Man, I don't know.
I'm lost.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I can't. Yeah, I don't.
think.
A little
My mo-
movie with a freaking wrestler named Roddy Piper called
Yeah,
They
yeah.
Live.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy C's wife.
It says Men in Black.
No, it was that one where you put the glasses on, you can see the aliens.
Yeah.
They Live.
Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
James, what was that quote?
Hey, Crystal.
Bubblegum. Hi.
I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Mm-hmm.
All out of bubblegum.
Yep.
My favorite part.
It's everybody's favorite part of that movie.
I come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. The sad note is I'm all out of bubblegum. Okay.
Yeah, they ended up putting that crap in my eyes twice.
Twice?
I've had them they did that to me once. They had to put the drops in twice.
I walked out of there feeling like I was drunk.
I got some of those drops in my freaking top drawer of my desk right now.
Oh,
Put the dilate your eyes.
Yep, dilation drops. They're old. I should
Oh,
probably
they're
throw them out.
probably expired anyway.
Yeah, I should probably throw them out, but
I would.
yeah.
Makes a nice conversation piece. Hey, look what I got.
Mm-hmm.
Eye drops.
I can make you see shit.
The name of the movie is They Live.
I
Yeah,
just said that, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
He-
my
Captain just
my
said.
little slow here today?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's okay. We understand.
I know. At my age, I can be slow.
All right. Now I gotta
I get it. You're you're a boomer. It's okay.
No, we call it Google challenged.
I need a refill. It has a hole in it.
Yeah, that's called Gremlin.
Yeah,
Wait, is that unit 3? Yeah.
Pat's still working away.
Yes, I am. I gotta create
Justin?
material list now.
Check your PayPal, please.
Hang on.
When you
So
get
Anthony,
there.
you just about cleaned up out there? Or are you waiting for another storm to come in?
I got about, well,
Oh my.
as far as the property here, I'm done.
Yeah.
The property, I still got about a tree and a half.
But
Oh my.
You won't have to worry about firewood for a while.
Oh no, and I
Thank you,
already sold 2 trucks and 2 trailer
Because I
loads.
want to use the sour cream
Firewood
for mashed
already?
potatoes.
Yes, Crystal.
Awesome.
It was because of pecan. So pecan wood for smoking.
Thank
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Gemma.
Ooh.
Welcome. I told you I'd do it. I just finally got round to it.
I
It's
mean,
all
I
right.
hated to lose that many pecans, but I mean, hey, they're already laying on the ground, so I'm gonna make money with them.
There you go. So that's roughly you sold like 4 cords so far.
8 quarts.
Huh?
8 quarts.
8 cords. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
8 quarts of what?
Wood.
Firewood.
Cords. I thought you said quartz.
How
Quarts.
are you, Anthony?
Yeah.
Like you sell a moonshine or some damn thing.
Liking the glasses, Anthony. Very nice.
Boy group wants to know if you have
Oh
any.
yeah, well, I mean, I can see. It's just the light hurts my eyes right now, so I kind of.
Yeah.
I'm past the light hurting my eyes. It's still got the fog over it though a little bit.
Oh God, yeah. Well, they had to do mine because they wanted to make sure. I've been having a lot of trouble with my right eye, Well, they finally found out why.
Because you got a freaking cataract, don't you?
Glaucoma.
Oh
No.
well,
Well, that's treatable if it's caught.
that sucks.
Right. That's what she said. That it's caught early enough, and she's gonna jump on it pretty quick. Being the fact that I'm a diabetic too, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that goes along with it, you know.
Yeah.
Well, glaucoma isn't freaking indicative of just freaking like diabetes. You know,
Right.
it like a.
Oh, I know, but she just said you can't let it go too long. Being the fact that I do have diabetes.
Yeah. Because
And they have medication. They
Complications.
probably just give you a pill that you take, and that'll
Yeah, that's what she said.
dry.
They're gonna start me off with that and see how I respond to that, and then go from there.
Yeah.
here, take these pills and they will give you diabetes.
Yeah. Let's take this pill. Oh wait, there's side effects. Take this pill. Oh, that pill has side effects. Take this pill.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Hey, look.
took psychological medications for many years. And
Hey,
they
every
all
time I
freaking
go
tell
to
you,
a doctor
well, the
and leave
side
the
effects aren't that bad. I'm like, side effects?
Because
Every-
I had her laughing because I said, basically what you're saying, I'm going to be old, a shitload of side effects and shitting in my pants and blind in one eye.
Pretty much.
Well, every
She said,
time I
"Well,
leave the doctor's office and he hasn't given me another prescription, I go, hooray, hooray, hooray.
Yeah.
That's all they want to do is give you pills. Oh,
Oh no, when mine don't try to get me pills, I go, what's wrong?
Usually the doctor tells you what you got wrong, and then he says, "I'm going to prescribe this medication for you.
Yeah,
You still get here. Take these."
yeah. Let's see how this works.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
and I ask
sometimes
questions, I say, well, what?
I think sometimes the trouble is though, doctors are too quick to prescribe certain things, and I think they don't really think about the risks. Like for me, when they put me on my anxiety medication, they had no thought of my sensory overload issues. They didn't think about my depressive episodes, and it for the first 2 years I was like a zombie. It was like I couldn't keep awake. I was horrid. It was horrible.
Yeah, but you got to understand, a lot of times they do that too, not because they lack in knowledge. It's because of the lawsuits. Because you have people say, well, he could have gave me this pill and stopped it a long time ago, but he waited too long, so now I'm going to sue him for not taking care of me.
Mm-hmm.
So now, like I said, they're quick to say, oh, here, take this. That way they can say, well, hey, look, I gave it to him. It didn't work. I'm sorry.
Breezy
Yeah.
Pipe Chap's in the house.
Hello, Breezy.
Hey, Breezy, how you doing?
Hey, Breezy, it's going down.
I'm very, let's say, cautious on the prescriptions they give me, because the first word he said, I found this wrong, and this is what you need to take and everything. I said, so if I don't, what's the side effects? And they, well, you can do this, and this, and this. Or I can live with it.
Yeah. Well, I researched.
I'd rather try not to take
It gives me all the side
medication.
effects, and I'll just live with this.
No.
Or that, is there any other way I can treat it, without having to take another pill?
Uh-huh.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Crystal,
get out of
what's
the
in
My
the
age, the only pills I'm on is this, and that's for my vision.
No.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I don't take any other medication except self-inflicted.
Yeah. That's self-medication.
Turn the light on so you can see.
So
You tell them you drink that way when you run into the wall, it don't hurt as bad.
yeah. Oh, I fall down.
And especially with your eyes dilated,
Anthony, in my case, is when I fall down.
that wall will come up a lot quicker now.
Justin, I'm very much looking forward to seeing my skull. Woohoo!
I'm gonna make you a bunch.
And speaking of falling down, I got a bone to pick with George Jones. I have never gently touched the ground. Never gently.
I'm very, very excited to have my skulls when I get here, and I'm going to show them off to everybody.
I still have to make the molds, Jim.
I know. I'm excited. I can be excited.
I'm still gonna make the mold. That's all I'm saying.
I know. I can be excited. I'm excited. It's happy. It's happy time.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy,
On the
joy.
fridge
Happy,
magnets.
It gives me,
happy,
it gives me
joy,
something
joy,
positive
happy,
to look
happy,
forward
joy.
to. The fact that I know Justin's going to be making them for me.
And everybody talk at once.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy,
about
joy,
time,
joy.
Mr.
Well, don't stop middle tune.
He was taking the biscuit, weren't you, Justin? He's taking the biscuit towards me. I get it.
Listen, you're causing a current.
Well, anyway, hey, Cap, all the fridge magnets you sent me, they already picked theirs out, so there's like 8 of them gone.
Already? Okay.
So I suspect in about 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to order another 25 from you.
I'm working on them right now.
You need to get busy, Joe.
Yay!
Start making skulls.
Oh, did those mill bits come in for you?
Yeah.
Were they any good? Be
They're
honest,
one. They're all 1/8 bits.
they are.
Yeah.
Damn. Didn't
It's
say
okay.
that- Didn't say that in the description.
They're for there's a ton of them too.
Huh?
There's 4 packs of them.
That sounds like something eBay would do.
Yeah.
Well,
Cool,
yeah,
cool.
they're all 1/8 shank, so they're like a few of them are like 5 mil, stuff like that. But like I'm drilling a 1/2 inch hole, you know.
Portal Grip, I am excited because me and Justin have been talking about him doing me some skulls for a long time, and I've finally got my backside in action and sent him the money which I've been saving for the last like 3-4 months. I've been talking to him about it.
All right, Anthony.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Well, I had him make me 25 fridge magnet skulls to pass out around the holidays, and I already got 8 of them gone. And actually, Pat took a couple of them, didn't you, Pat?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And then he made a shifter skull for a shifter knob for my car, so we got to polish that up.
You know what I did to make it shiny?
What?
Lacquer. That's what I did to mine. I got one over here that I just sprayed it with lacquer and it shined right up.
Clear lacquer?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, black lacquer, you dork. Come on. No, I have one that I painted with acrylic paint. I painted it black with acrylic paint, and then I freaking sprayed it with lacquer, and it came out really nice.
Yeah, that's the old paint it and spray clear on it. It works for a whole lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've already shot. Well, let's see. I've taken clear coat and I've shot it about 5 coats on it now. But it needs wet sanding and now you got to start wet sanding between coats to smooth it out, and so the clear lays down flat.
All right then.
So, but
Like
we'll get her. We got too many pokers in the fire right now. I got
What's up, Bunny?
a bunch of stuff going on too.
No, I was just looking at the
I had to go do that.
sour cream was, and it was $1.99.
Okay, that's expensive for that little tiny thing. Get a bigger one.
Yeah, it should be
We don't
about
have a bigger one.
99 cents.
I could probably go to Family Dollar.
Do you want to go to Family Dollar? It's kind of dark.
Yeah, I'll go to Family Dollar.
I know it's only 6 o'clock, but it's dark as hell here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets dark at 5:30 here.
Yeah,
It's already
it gets dark at like 4:35 o'clock in the evening. It's now 11 o'clock here.
Still bright as hell out here.
We're supposed to get rain here. Oh, we're on a tour with Anthony.
You're further west than we are.
What are we doing, Anthony?
But it's still
What
tough.
your one of your 2
No,
rain
we
showers
don't,
this
we
year?
don't do the time deal no more.
Oh, but you should be on standard time, right? Are you
Central.
standard time?
Yeah, we're central. See the sun.
Oh, you're on central time. That's why it's still daylight out. We're on.
Yeah. Right.
You're
Well,
4
that
hours.
too, we no longer do the daylight savings time.
I wish all the-
Hello,
don't
Ted
be on
Fisher.
that.
Louisiana doesn't do it anymore?
Nope. We voted it in last year and it went in effect when we moved the clock, this last Sunday that passed.
Yeah.
That's the last time we touched them.
Cool. I wish Nevada would do it.
We're still on daylight savings.
Bullshit.
Oh God, man.
Chris is in the house.
No,
Okay.
stop trying to spend money.
Okay. Okay.
Stop trying to spend money.
Yes, she's
Oh,
going to
God.
the store and she's looking for excuses to freaking get more stuff, and I'm like, cut it out.
Oh, stuff is stuff, man. You got to have your stuff.
One.
You have plenty of stuff. We don't need more stuff.
We need stuff. Come on.
You have plenty of food in your fridge. We're good.
No, he would have found it if he would have done a simple test. All right. I'll talk to you later. I'm online. No, my friend got ripped off for $280. They told me it was his
If they messed with you, I killed
fluid sensor temperature, sensor.
Uh-huh.
They changed it out. Of course, when they changed it out, it worked great for about 2 days. Went right back to saying the same thing: engine hot, AC off. So they said, well, maybe it was a faulty thermostat. I said, no, bring it by my house before you go to them. You know what it was?
What?
The plug.
The connector.
Yeah. You know how much this connector was?
Probably
$3.50.
I was gonna say a couple.
$3.50. You know how much that sensor was?
$350.
No, that sensor's not cheap.
If it's
Depending
anything,
on the model of the car, it's hard to get to that thing.
You're 15 or 25% on it, and that's how you sell it to the customer.
Yeah, but see, that's what burns my ass. And I'm not saying they all do it. And I ain't even saying this guy did on purpose. But the thing is, someone brings it in and tells you, you pretty much get a guidance, because the machine's telling you engine hot, AC off. That means something's wrong with the cooling system. Problem is, they never, the first thing they think, oh, it's a sensor, and they yank it out and throw another one in there. Well, the reason it worked for 2 days because he moved the wire where the short was.
Mm-hmm.
Well, by the time I went out there to take it off, when I pulled it out of the actual sensor, it crumbled in my hand. That's how dried out it was.
Why didn't they notice that the insulation on the wire was dried out?
That's what I'm saying. He should have realized how brittle that was. He should have realized how brittle that was and owned that wire to make sure it was connecting.
Yeah.
Because that's all I did. I slapped. When I seen it crumble, I said, "Go get my gauges." I hooked up and I went, "No, there's your problem. You got no connection in your wiring."
Gemma got herself a frosty beverage.
Mm-hmm. My Dr. Pepper refill.
Dr. Pepper? Oh my goodness.
No, I'm gonna change it tomorrow. My eyes right now, I ain't touching shit.
Yep. Dr. Pepper was on sale the other day, so I got a few bottles and then I just refilled it just now.
I love Dr. Pepper, but I can't drink it anymore.
Trust me. Right now, you don't want me in your wiring room trying to cut wires, okay?
Oh, that sucks.
Nope, I can't drink this
stay out.
sugary beverages anymore. Not like that. No.
They're doing renovations across the street. They're probably doing
I've
some
cut down
rewiring.
a lot of my fizzy drinks. I've cut down a lot of them.
That's why I was telling him I'll fix that tomorrow. I ain't messing with it right now because my eyes I might as well end up cutting everything but what I need to cut.
No, I'm not drinking soda anymore.
Also, it's not done. You haven't fixed
I'm
it yet.
proud of you, brother. I've cut down mine a lot. I used to drink like probably 3 or 4 bottles a day. I probably drink about 2 bottles a week, if that now.
Well,
Good.
first I told him to take it back to where he brought it and show them what I showed him and then get his money back.
They won't do nothing. Most repair shops don't.
Well, this is the
And
deal.
I got my new T-shirt on today. It's got all blue stars across the top of it.
Yeah. Well, this was the dealer, and most of them there know me. If I told him what was wrong with it, they're going to take it to word.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
All blue stars in it.
And they can't say nothing. I'm ASE certified, so they can't say, "Oh, he's just a shade tree mechanic."
Well, no, the mechanic that probably fixed it, he was probably going by the book. He was probably doing.
Oh, I know, but the thing is,
It's a sensor. But if I saw, I'm not a mechanic, and if I
Yeah,
saw,
but still, if you grab a hold of a plug and you can pull the plug
I would
apart,
blame
you
the
can
wire
tell how
first.
bad the connector is. So it's gotta, I mean, that indication that it's
Yeah,
gotta give-
I mean, as soon as I put my hand on it, take it off, I can hear it crackling. I'm like, well, there's your problem. This thing's dry rotted. But the thing is, on his car, they got it in the side of the block, and guess what's right on the side of it coming down?
The exhaust.
Manifold.
Yeah.
Exhaust manifold.
And I'm like, are you serious?
So you're saying it's a really quality design then, Anthony?
Sounds like a Ford.
So guess what I'm gonna do besides change the wire on it? I already got a shield to put.
Or over it.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, it mounts onto the exhaust with clamp. That way it keeps the heat from that direction anyway. So you're still gonna get heat from the block, but you know, exhaust and the block are two different things. Yeah. Because especially his exhaust gets so. I've seen his exhaust so hot. His oxygen bill's almost glowing. Because he runs it too damn rich. Can't tell people that. Just because they sell a tuner doesn't mean you should be tuning it.
Mhm.
Tuner fish? What?
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, tuners have their purpose if you know how to use them.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, not everybody was meant to be a brain surgeon, okay?
I are a brain surgeon.
Mhm.
I only play one on YouTube.
I are a brain surgeon.
Last night I stayed at the Holiday Inn.
Yeah, the Express.
Yeah. And I know how to do everything.
Talking of medical, I'm actually looking to going back into studying, and I'm looking to go into studying operating theatre nursing.
Tom, have you ever tried these?
No.
It's those solderless.
Solderless butt connectors.
Yeah, I love it, man, because you can just take a regular heat gun, man. You know, like $1,500.
You know, in the sex industry, they call that something completely different.
Yeah, I know. No, I just like the fact that
Take a
it
heat
solders
gun,
and
heat
seals.
them up.
I just like the fact that it solders and seals it all at the
In
same
one.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
You put the two wires in there, you make sure they're both cross and touch, and you hit, and then it's got a little solder in the middle of it. And then this shrink tube shrinks on it all at the same time.
Anthony, hold the box up again. If I could see it. Okay.
Yeah, I buy them off of Amazon, so they're on Amazon.
All right.
Well, I need a couple of 3/8 inch slide-on connectors. Just two. And you go to Lowe's and you have to buy like 10 of them.
Yeah.
And I tried to resolder the old ones and ended up breaking one of them. So I just
That's only $8 from them. $8 for that kit that you just held
I
up.
just started using these. I've only used them twice since I've had them, but man, I do love the way it does, man. Because and then sit there with that heat gun.
Justin.
I have a stupid song stuck. I have a stupid song stuck in my head.
It's good to see you so happy, Justin.
No, it's not. It's not happiness. It's irritation because there's a stupid song stuck in my head.
Yeah.
I went through 2 weeks of that.
Would you
you
like me to
smiling?
share it with you?
Well, you're smiling, so it must mean you're happy.
I went through that 2 weeks after Eddie Van Halen passed away. I think I ran the whole catalog back and forth in my head.
Yeah.
For several weeks.
Would you like me to share the song so that it could get stuck in your head too?
Yeah, because it'll get out of your head.
Then I dare you.
Share it, Captain. Share it.
It's "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough" by Michael Jackson.
Oh, classic. Michael Jackson's a classic.
Right,
Always will
See
be.
that,
Let me
Captain?
ask the appropriate question here. How did that get stuck in your head?
Well,
I
it's
was
an easy
playing
song
it.
to
I
get
was playing
stuck
the album Thriller the other day, believe it or not, because it was Halloween.
Uh-huh.
in. Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Play Thriller.
You know, it was like Halloween like a week ago, right?
Mhm.
Happy,
Well, I was playing the album Thriller because it was friggin' Halloween, you freaking
but
dork.
happy to see you had a perfect opportunity to say last night I hit the old lady so good. I was so off. She can't get in there.
I'd play it, but Michael Jackson stuff is heavily.
Oh no, they'll
You would
flag you in a heartbeat.
You'd get a copyright strike. I don't know if you're monetizing this.
It would just be a claim. It wouldn't be a strike.
Well, it depends on how many claims you already had.
I just hear YouTubers talk.
Well, I'm not monetized, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't. That's what
They
I
only
tell.
give you a freaking strike
Well,
if
we
you're
all know what
plagiarizing.
song is.
And they consider video stealing to be plagiarizing. If you're playing music, it's just a copyright claim.
Right.
If you're freaking stealing the video, like enough of the video, like more than like a few seconds of it, then they'll consider that a claim.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. The worst they ever do is send me a deal saying that video can never be monetized. I'm like, I'm not monetized, so who cares?
I know, right? Who cares?
I don't have enough subscribers to make monetization profitable.
I don't have enough either. You know.
If I did, I'm not.
And even if I
do
did
it as
have subscribers, I wouldn't because
I don't want to be told what I have to and can't do.
I just do it as a
Yeah. The hangout. That's the reason to hang out.
I'm not into.
It's all right being monetized. Like I can say it because I'm monetized myself. It's all right. It helps a little bit when you get donations.
No,
Like
don't get me wrong. For the people that's doing it, that
Yeah,
that's
if you
how it
can,
is. Not
make
me.
a career out of it.
if you can, then go ahead.
Yeah.
But my channel was just started to show my brother the progress I was making on the Camaro week to week, and that's all it was showing Uncle Pat's uncle.
The reason my channel got started was I told people it's kind of like hanging out at the bar. You just ain't got to go to the pub.
Yeah.
But what got it all started with you is I had 100.
Because that's the live shows. Is a whole bunch of friends getting around like you sitting at a bar and drink what you want, and you're talking about everything and anything.
Just like the benefits of this, it's international.
yeah, and like I said to Justin, for me, this is my form of therapy. This is my how I improve my communication because over here I can't.
But
Live streamers that have been doing live stream freaking like barroom kind of stuff all these years have been social distancing
for
ahead
years.
of the game.
Yeah.
Well, it's not only that. I tell people, I said, think about it. I said, I know this is gloom to think about, but think about when you pass. Used to, the only people that knew was just right in your area.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're on YouTube, you got people across the sea go, oh, man, that's a shame. I remember him. Yeah.
No, I consider all you guys my family. When I log on to YouTube, I'm like, yeah, I'm back with my family. I get to see everyone.
Yeah.
So here it's very isolating.
Right. Yeah, you ain't got to worry about them wanting to borrow money or eat your food out of your refrigerator.
And over here, if I go to the bar, the last few times I've been to the bar over here, Justin knows what happened to me. One of my dad's best friends tried to sexually be inappropriate with me, and I ended up putting him on his ass in front of everybody.
Yep.
So, yay!
Mm-hmm.
Twice in 4-week window. Yay!
Okay.
Because he was being an asshole. He thought he could try and get in my face and kiss me and be inappropriate, and I put him on his ass twice. Yeah, that's not going to happen ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But that goes the other way too. There was a time back when I was dating, I didn't try nothing. They got mad because I didn't try nothing. They said, well, I gave you signals. I said, I don't read minds. I'm a guy. If you want me to kiss you, you go, hey, how about a kiss? I'd be more than glad to help you out. But don't go, well, I gave you the signals. And I'm like,
I know, I hated that.
How midnight a signal?
I hated it when I was younger, man. Freaking girls were playing these stupid games.
If you gave the signals in German and I only speak English.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I've never tried it myself, but what I've heard some people do is just go ahead and kiss them, and then if they get slapped, then they know they weren't supposed to keep kissing them.
Yeah, but then again, why would you want to do that? Because just like Gemma, he'd come on to her and she wouldn't accept it to it, and then now it kind of makes things awkward, you know.
Yeah.
The thing is with me, I'm very awkward anyway, and the fact that I can't read people's signals anyway, so if even the person was meaning well to be nice to me, I'd see that as get the fuck off me.
Right,
I wouldn't
right.
read
Yeah.
it. So it'd be a case of I would misread the situation anyway.
That's why I tell people.
Or I've heard of men just going ahead and saying to the female, "Can I kiss you?"
Well, yeah, but I always,
Yeah, that's all he needs to say. You
It's
know?
like Justin said to me a few months ago. He said, "If when you come over to the States, could I hug you?" I'm like, "Yeah," because I'd feel safe with Justin hugging me. I wouldn't feel like, "Oh crap, he's trying to grab me."
Oh, I'd hug
like
Justin anyway because he would know I wasn't up to anything.
I don't like when Justin hugs me. He tries to cop a feel.
He'll break a bone in you, break on your ribs.
I don't mind him hugging me
Yeah,
as long as he needs my right butt cheek alone.
Well, that's where you all it's at.
David tried to hug me, and I felt a beer bottle in his pocket, and then he told me he didn't have a beer bottle in his pocket, and I was like, "Oh."
And it wasn't a flashlight either.
You know what? I don't really even remember.
The one thing I will say
That
to
tells you
Justin
how many
is,
beers I had.
when I do meet him next year and I come over to the States, is make sure he doesn't have high scented cologne on or aftershave because I will completely lose
Oh,
it.
I had my neighbor. I think he's autistic and he's not telling me. I got in this car. We were going somewhere, and I had just put aftershave on, and he said, "What in the world is? What scent is that?" And I said, "Well, it's just aftershave." He said, "Don't wear it anymore."
Okay.
Well,
Note to self:
we were going
Gemma
out to
gets
eat,
Randy
and
from
it's like I
Strong
went to the
Aftershave.
drugstore and I
Gotcha.
bought some witch hazel,
No.
which makes great aftershave lotion and has no
No,
scent.
asshole. No.
I mean, he is an asshole. He's yelled at me 2 or 3 times. I try not to talk to him unless I have to, but
Well,
He's
not
my-
Thank
every-
God I can
I gotta
take
be
you
nice
with
to
humour,
my
jerks, all I can say.
he definitely has more mechanical skill than about. I was talking to somebody the other. He's actually works on motorcycles, and I was talking to somebody that worked on mine before, and I told him about John because he moved to the town next door to us, so he's not available. And it's like John's God. Apparently, men learned a few things from him. So this guy knows his shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my nephew. I had to teach him the difference between putting cologne on and drowning yourself in it.
Well, I have to admit, I hadn't taken a bath in a couple of days, and I had to drink.
You was taking
So I put a liberal portion.
you was taking a French shower.
I was taking a cologne bath.
It was like earlier, I answered the door to the mailman because I had a delivery come and I could smell from a mile that he had a lot of it on him. And I went, "Can you just back away from me?" I said, "You're really making me feel nauseous." He goes,
Well,
"Pardon?"
it's
I went,
not unusual.
"You're
for
making me
people to
feel
be-
sick. Get away from my door." It's like
not
the smell
unusual
just vroom.
It's not unusual for people to be sensitive to scents because they have
Yeah.
certain places of employment that have scent regulations.
It's not unusual to get stunk out by your mailman.
It was awkward because he's like, he smiled at me and I was like, "Thank you, give me my parcel." Went to pass my arm out to get my parcel.
Well, you're
As soon as I
supposed to
grabbed it
anyway.
from
It's
him, I was
COVID-19.
like, "Oh my
I try not
god!" It's
to-
like,
I try to stay 6 feet away from the mailman. I hold my hand out and let him enter the mail. Then I put the mail down though and wash my hands immediately in case there's COVID-19 on the mail.
and I can actually show you what I got today. This is my new item that comes today. I was quite impressed with it. My new Star Wars hoodie.
Hey, there you go.
In the mail.
Oh, there you go. That's highly popular.
Gemma,
Yeah.
you got to get off of Wish.
Yes.
Look at her face. You gotta get off Wish, girl.
Hey, Wish is my second
Guilt-
wife. Okay?
Guilty. Yeah, I've spent far too much money on that damn website.
No, but it's hard not to. You go, ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah, I must admit, I've brought in the last 2 and a bit months. I've brought about 12, 15 different hoodies that I've I'm like, yeah, I need to calm down because I'm buying far too much stuff.
My argument with the wife is she goes, there's 80 items in that box. I said, yeah, but I didn't spend over $30.
But what you could say, Anthony, is you said, well, I had to buy it so I could get free shipping. Have you sat on Amazon for an hour trying to figure out what to buy? So you need like $1-2 item. You know, is it worth?
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that. I'm a Prime member. I get.
Well, I'm not Prime. You know, I haven't quite. I'm not sure.
Plus, Justin, you and Crystal's Christmas present came today.
Yeah, but like the way I order small engine parts and car parts and stuff and tractor parts, I had to have Prime, man, because I'd be paying out the ass for shipping.
Anthony, my brother does the same thing you do, but he does it with computers.
I got you and Crystal a little something, Justin.
You didn't have to,
Gemma. For a computer, you know.
I wanted to.
All right.
But yeah.
Well,
I'm going to send it as part of your care package box I'm sending you.
Several years.
All ready to go. I just need to send it.
Come on.
And everything coming from your neck of the woods on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So I just tried it to see what it was like. I ordered a couple of heater hoses.
Yeah.
Or not heater hoses, but radiator hoses.
Well, a friend of mine, he goes, man, you always order shit off of Amazon and it comes as correct. That's why I learned a trick. You go to Rock Auto and look up the part number and put it in the Amazon deal and you pull up the exact part you need. You don't have to go through the whole, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Rock Auto has a better.
Right. Yeah, because they have 1 or 2, not 50, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I couldn't find them here when I put the car together, preformed radiator hoses, and that's all stock roughly.
That's Amazon. Try eBay too. You'll find them.
So I sat there and I didn't, when I was putting this together, at least the cooling system, Amazon was just a little thing at the time. And Rock Auto was a little thing at the time. It wasn't anything big. And we did order, and since replaced it, the fuel tank from Rock Auto, my
that other one.
But that thing was a piece of crap, I have to say.
Yeah, I know. I used to order quite a bit from that other one. What was it? A1 Auto.
Yeah.
And man, here lately, I don't know what's up with them, man. Between their shipping and sending you the wrong shit when you gave them the right shit to begin with.
So, Gemma, where do you get your freaking vehicle parts?
I don't need to because I don't drive. But if I go to a vehicle place with my dad, it's usually we get them from a place called Triple X Auto Parts.
No. You were that chick that was rebuilding her freaking 1971 Chevelle with a 350 in it, weren't you?
Yeah, she has her own separate YouTube channel while she's doing that Chevelle.
No.
I'm trying to think of that one chick's channel.
And plus, because I wouldn't be allowed to drive anyway, because the UK government has decided that as from last March,
I know. Autistics aren't allowed to drive.
UK autistic people aren't allowed to drive.
I can't drive either.
Bullshit.
So. They won't let a blind person drive. Imagine that.
Apparently, I'm a mental danger to myself and other people, which is.
Well, I think that's an excessive law.
Yeah, that's okay, Gemma. Like Dave was saying, our government is racist against blind people.
Yeah, they are.
They are here too.
I could drive a car.
Well,
but they have a line. You know, they have a cutoff point, and I'm below the cutoff. But I'm high functioning. I can see. If I had to, I could drive.
What was that?
yeah, but you gotta be truthful. There's a cutoff line unless you have a shitload of money.
That or a doctor that will.
I'm just saying because there's some around here still driving, and God's my only witness. I don't know how the hell they keep their license.
What was that? I watched the movie The Thief the other day, and James Caan's trying to get a guy out of prison, and so his lawyer's talking to the judge, and the judge says, "I still seem really unconvinced. I need to be reconvinced on this matter right now." And so his lawyer's looking at him, going, "Oh, he's holding up 6 fingers." And his lawyer they're renegotiating. "Nah, I think, Your Honor, you need to be like," and they're bickering of 4,000.
Okay, Tom, this is a situation. This is a conversation I had with my eye doctor. Okay. I went into his office and he examined me, but before he even hooked up all the equipment and everything, he said, "I want you to tell me what you can see in my office." So I pointed and I said, "That's a desk, that's a trash can, that's a window, blah, blah. But what number's on the door across the hall from me?" "Okay, well, that's a number 2, blah, blah." And he says, "Okay, without even looking at you, you see about 20/40. But let me check your eyes. Let me try to measure." Well, he measured it at 2200. The driver's license, if it's worse than 2200, if it's 2200 or worse, you can't get a license. Right. Well, the doctor already said I couldn't have a driver's license. So I went to DMV anyway, had them check it. They measured my eyesight at 20/50. In order to have a license in North Carolina, you can get what they call a restricted license. You have to have 27. I can see well enough to get the restricted license, but the doctor said he wouldn't sign the paper.
Yeah, he don't want to be responsible. Yeah.
Right. I got a different doctor. He'd probably sign the paper.
I get a second opinion. There you go.
He didn't want the liability. If I were to kill somebody, that doctor would have been.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, David, send it to me. I'll sign it. I can sign M. Mouse really good.
All right. I'll send the form to you.
When I was still a state inspector, I expected this guy wouldn't really read and shit to sign off on it. Well, he brought it to me to sign off. I was reading it and it was all messed up. So I started signing it Elmer Fudd. Well, when it finally got to DOT, it got kicked back, of course, because they're like, "Who the hell's Elmer Fudd?"
And Elmer J. Fudd, I own a mansion and a yacht.
Yeah.
Anthony, my town is small enough. One time I got out of court, jury duty.
Yeah.
I didn't get out of it. I called the courthouse. I said, "Well, okay, I got a sight problem. I don't see well. I would like to serve. I've never served jury." "Oh, you can't serve jury duty." "Okay. Well, how do I get out of it? Do I just sign this form and mail it back to you?" And they said, "No, your doctor has to sign it." Well, I go to the doctor and he just flips it over, doesn't fill out anything on the form. And he writes, he says, "David Collins is not due to a number of disabilities. David Collins is not going to do court duty." And he signed it. He said that ought to be enough. And I put that in the mail back to the clerk of court, and sure enough, I got excused because they know that doctor. They get notes from the doctors. They know who the doctors are.
Yeah,
If somebody put
I'm not allowed to.
or whatever on that, the courthouse would look at it.
Let me tell you the rules of court. You never piss off a doctor and you never piss off a judge. And you want to know why? Because one day you may be standing in front of one of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I would never piss off my doctor. He would do anything in the world for me, and I've been.
You don't want to be in front of a mad judge, and you don't want to be under a knife of a pissed off doctor.
No, I would never piss off a judge.
David, like you, I'm exempt from jury duty. I'm not allowed to do it because the UK government see it as a mental impairment, so I'm not allowed to do it.
Yeah.
Well, see, the way the government is here, they keep sending you every 3 years. They send you a notice. You have jury duty, and I have to keep going to the doctor to get him to sign that thing. And it's like, well, why don't you just permanently take me off the list? Because This is not going to change. I'm always.
I'm old enough. I'm off the list.
I got to tell
Well,
you,
if you're over 70, you don't have to.
Bureaucracy is inefficient. That's why.
I can tell you how you solved that problem, Dave. I had the same problem. What I did, I had my doctor fill me out a form without dating it, and I just made copies and put the date on.
One
I
thing
better
you
hope they don't
careful
change the
about.
letterhead on that.
One
Yeah.
thing you need to be careful about, Anthony, if that doctor should, well, wait a minute, he'd still be a doctor, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
Even if he retired, he would still be a medical doctor.
right.
Yeah, unless they, yeah.
Well, my doctor's only 22. She ain't going nowhere. She's 22 years old. So
Hey, I'm going to try that one next time.
Well, actually, the other thing is you get past all the screening and everything, and you get in the courtroom, you look at the judge, and he starts asking you questions. You go, is the guy guilty? Hang the sucker. You're out of there.
yeah, oh yeah. No,
You're-
or my grandpa, you know how he used to get out of it. He walked in there. What color is that son of a bitch?
That does not exempt you anymore.
You're out.
No, that doesn't exempt you anymore. Being a racist does not get you out of jury duty.
Not anymore.
No, it certainly does not.
anymore.
No.
Now they'd be like, what did you say? Oh yeah, we need him. You got any buddies? You can bring up?
That's
Well,
fine.
no, a friend of mine at work, he said he didn't have to go to the doctor. He went down to the courthouse and he said, let me talk to the clerk of the court. And he got in there and he said, I'm blind. I ain't fit to serve duty. And he says, well, you look blind to me. So he said, you're excused. You don't have to serve. Because he has real thick glasses and all that. And he said, well, you look blind to me. There was no doctor or anything involved. He just went down there in person and said,
Are you sure it wasn't the fact that he was wearing green shorts with a pink shirt?
I only served on one jury, and I wish to God I never did, but it was a jury where a 51-year-old grandfather at the time was sexually molesting his
Oh God.
9-year-old.
Oh God.
And you had to, and this was right before Christmas. We had just moved into this house. Nancy, Pat, and T-Dub would come, when I come home, they would sit there and grab my notebook, and they all be sitting on the couch looking because I'd be making notes of what happened during that day.
You're not supposed to do that.
And the worst, no, they weren't part of the trial. And the worst part of the whole
Oh, they
thing
were?
was
Okay.
when the two little girls got up and explained how their grandfather forced them to do oral sex on them, and they testified to that.
Yeah. Well, you know, my fault.
Oh.
And I never wanted to be on another jury after that one.
I had that
What
one.
was that, grand jury?
Huh?
Were you on a grand jury?
No, it was a local trial.
Yeah, local trial.
Really?
State level.
I guess you don't know what you're getting into.
No, most time they won't tell you until you've already been picked.
Yeah, you get picked and you get cycled through, and then the judge does.
Then they sequester you, and you can't say shit, can't watch TV, you can't do shit.
When I was meant to do jury duty a few years ago, I think I told Justin this. I got a letter from my local courthouse saying that I'd been selected for jury duty, and I read the letter, and it had a certain person's name on who I knew from school. And I rang them up and I said, "There's no way." I said, "I'm not doing it." So I'm not.
Yeah, you'll automatically get excused because
I'm not going to stand against one of my friends. I'm not doing it. And I was like, "You can exempt me. I'm not doing it."
It depends on what friend it was.
There's one of my best friends from school who I still speak to this day, and I'm like, "Nope, I'm not doing
No,
it."
you're not supposed to know the person.
But could you imagine sitting in a jury and your buddy's sitting over there and you're going,
Now here, they'll throw you out.
Yeah, that would have been rather awkward. Yes.
They'll screen you out. They'll say,
I got something in the mail the other day, and I wrote on. Well, this was several months ago. Wrote on the back of it, said, "Sorry, 70 years old. Try again," and sent it back. Return the sender and sent it back to him. Didn't even open the envelope or nothing. And I haven't heard anything since.
Mm-hmm.
well, they were probably smart enough to figure it out.
I don't know. The last trial I was in was a molestation case. And I told them in there, and I pissed them all off. I said, look, change the laws. Y'all need to have a law to work. And, if they're accused of it without being caught, have a trial. But if the cop walks in a room and catches a guy pounding the crap out of a little kid, shoot to kill. Be done with it.
It has happened before, even without that law. It's happened already.
Oh, Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. When the 2 years I spent on the force, I'm glad I never run on a call like that. Because I'm gonna tell you, if I walk in on somebody doing something like that, or I mean, I seen with my own eyes, I'm guarantee you I would be coming back with an empty clip.
No, Anthony, you'd be standing in court going, Your Honor, when I apprehended the suspect, he fell down a flight of 18 steps.
Yeah.
And believe me, Your Honor, I counted him each time as I was throwing him down the steps.
Yeah, they need to quit making the landing so big.
All right, Pat, we'll see you
See
later.
you guys.
They need to
Later, Pat.
more
See
landing.
you later, Gemma, Kendrick, David, and
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye.
He's suffering from a hangover big time.
Yeah, well, no, that's when you say they need to quit making landings on the staircases that big, Your Honor, because I had to keep picking them up and throwing them down the next
Let's see. Let me see if anybody's in the basement. Okay, nobody's in the basement. We'll go back to big screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah, it's they can't. I got again jury duty where a lawyer is suing another lawyer, and that was a circus and a joke. And we're going through where the judge sits there and he interviews everybody as you're on the jury.
Yeah.
He looks at me and he goes, "You don't want to be here." And I go, "No." I said, "The way I look at it, you guys owe me a Christmas." And he goes, "What do you mean?" And I gave him the case number and told him everything. And I sat there and I said, I didn't have a Christmas. My wife's pissed at you guys about it because there was no Christmas spirit in my heart after going through that trial. And he sat there, "You're dismissed. Get out of here." Bye. And that was the last one.
Yeah.
But it could be entertaining and it could be fun, and then it could be downright nasty.
That was pretty fun because they put us, they sequestered us and they put us up in this nice motel. They had nice room service and they paid for everything. Well, I should say the taxpayer paid for everything.
Yeah.
At the taxpayer's expense. Huh?
Get me a 12-pack of Coors Light and a fifth of Jose Cuervo Gold, and we're golden.
Yeah.
We're golden. Okay, that's what you're getting for Christmas.
And 4 pepperoni pizzas.
Did you go to the store deliver?
Oh, pepperoni pizza. Oh, no. That's
Hey, and I like
nasty.
corn on the
I
pay-per-view.
love pepperoni.
Ew. Oh, no.
I know
Yuck.
Pepperoni. I don't eat it anymore.
Pounds. Oh gosh.
I'm like the porn on the pay-per-view too.
It has to, for a pizza, it has to be chicken supreme all the way. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. But
That's good. Yeah.
No chicken on a pizza.
Can I have a pizza,
Yes,
but I don't
chicken on
want?
pizza.
No,
Hey, can I have a pizza, but I don't want a crust? I just have all the ingredients.
it's the California people who put chicken on.
All the toppings.
Chicken doesn't belong on pizzas.
you know what it does when you have
Chicken
that.
goes on pizza, but not all the time.
Okay, I'll agree
I gotta
I'll
have
agree to
pepperoni
disagree on
and
that.
Buffalo chicken, sure.
I'm gonna
I'll
tell
agree
you,
to disagree on that.
I don't care what you put on that pizza, including anchovies and pineapples. I'm gonna eat that son of a bitch.
I tried the anchovies one time. They were just way too salty for me.
Well, that's because a lot of places.
I'll eat anything on a pizza except anchovies and pineapples.
Yeah, but see, a lot of
No
places put
pineapple.
way too many anchovies on it. Anchovies are very salty. You don't need much of them.
They're like pure salt. They
Yeah.
should just put like, you know.
I usually take 3 of them out of the jar and I slice them up, dice them. That's yeah. And
One
that's
time I got a pizza, it had like 10 of them on it. It was covered in anchovies.
oh no, that's way too many. Way too many. Somebody was trying to give you a heart attack.
Well, it was the first time I tried it and the last time. And then somebody told me to order the anchovies, have them put them on the side.
Yeah,
That way you can have
that way you can
how
control
they
it.
on there.
Actually, the best thing to do is sit there and make them into a paste, and then turn them into a sauce or a juice.
Yeah,
And
Yeah, they were about half pasty.
What do you
Because they were very overcooked.
because they do bring a taste to the pizza.
yeah.
Right, with the
Yeah.
salt. I mean, if you take the salt out of the equation, the taste they bring to the pizza is pretty good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But all the great pizza places have closed up as far as I'm concerned.
Well, we got one here. It's called Brooks. It's Burke Street Pizza. It's about 2 miles down the road. It's a
Yeah, we got one here.
New York style pizza.
We got one here.
We've got 2 pizza restaurants here that are open, but they're only open for delivery instead of dine-in right now because of restrictions. But
Yeah.
Yeah, we had one here called Amore, and they were a Chicago deep dish pizza, which I love. And they at the beginning last June they closed down for remodeling. Well, here it is October, and they're still remodeling.
Well, I'm sure the COVID put a damper in the remodeling. That and the price of wood.
Yeah, my property manager, they want to renovate all these apartments, and I was talking to somebody on the phone today, and it's like,
Well, he's picking
well, you know, they're going to get way behind schedule because they're not going to be able to get over all their supplies in time.
Well, it's not just that. Do you realize what it's going to cost him to renovate that place at this time and moment?
Yeah, and it's going to, you know, everybody's moved out except me. They don't want the increase in the rent.
Right.
Try to talk down on the rent. I'm going to say, well, I'm an established renter. I mean, I'm going to talk you down on the rent.
That's just like here between the COVID and the 2 hurricanes.
Yeah,
I watched a $2.40 2x4 is selling at $5.15 right now.
you got to be kidding me.
Well, I'm not surprised, and I know that I'm watching.
Like you had 3 major storms come through your area. That's why I was sitting there picking on you when I asked you got any wood left.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you ain't gotten.
I'm
mean,
sure they're out of every stick of wood that you
What's
can
going to knock down? Oh, the new stuff we just built.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, well, Louisiana, Lake Charles, Cameron, Rockefeller, parts of Westlake are still like gone. It is, you know,
You know, Anthony, there were people here that had their electricity out for a week.
we had people here that still out of electricity.
It didn't hit us. I was at work when it came through. It didn't hit us hard at all. The lights went out for just a minute, but you walked out the door and the whole shopping center,
We
next
have
door, the power was out. All the traffic lights were out.
we got 3 major, well, I'd say major, but 3 big areas that have still been without power since Laura.
We didn't have church Sunday because where our church was, the power was out at church, and this was like 6 days after the storm went through.
But like Tom was saying, they had it halfway rebuilt getting out to those areas, and then here
oh,
comes
look at that! Sweet.
Delta came in there and smashed all that.
Well, you know, they just about got it on at the church.
Yeah.
And then somebody ran into a power pole and knocked the power back out.
Justin, I'm getting really excited to see when you start doing my skulls.
Before they built the grid
yeah.
out here in Vegas, is if
Still got to order the stuff.
40 miles an hour, we'd lose power. And so what I did is when we got this house and we accepted and signed for it, I had a buddy of mine come up and put an outlet right underneath the electrical panel.
Yeah.
And that outlet is for is when we do lose power, I can cut the power switch off and then backfeed my panel with my generator.
Yeah, you can have that done. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do with mine.
That's what WTF Mike didn't do. And he'd turn his generator on. He would have it just directly connected to his power panel. And then everybody on that line.
When we lose power, I'd shut everything off except what we needed. Refrigerator, keep beer cold. TV, keep entertainment, along with direct TV. So that's it. That's all we need. We're good. Let's go.
Yeah.
And the wife would say, "What about the microwave?" I said, "I ain't hungry, and there's McDonald's down the street."
The microwave pulls about 12 amps, so it'll.
When my power goes out, I go out there and push one button. I got a 22 kilowatt.
Yeah,
a
big one.
Yeah, big one. Yeah, I bought it from the military base. Yeah.
Diesel.
Yep.
Okay, it is a big one. If it's diesel, it's big.
Yeah, it's on skids.
It's a big 400 horsepower
Mine's a little Honda. It's real quiet and it'll
Well,
handle.
mine has a straight 6 on it. They said 6-cylinder diesel.
Mine's 2-cylinder. It's really quiet and it'll handle
help?
probably maybe 5.
Well, believe it or not, mine's pretty quiet after warm up. Now during warm up, it's yeah, you can tell.
Well, our diesels are noisy during warm up.
Yeah.
Diesels during warm up sound like a one-man band trying to search for an orchestra.
They're trying to find that one note.
Well, we had our power out for a week, and the neighbor's power came back on, but our, a block up the street, the neighbor's power came back on. So they let us borrow their generator. And the first thing I was so happy about was to make coffee at home.
Oh God, yeah.
To have coffee, because you need electricity to make coffee. The first thing I plugged in the generator is that coffee maker.
Yeah, but you know what surprises me about humans though? You know how many people that were pissed at me because I was the only one in this entire area had power.
Well,
I'm sorry. During my life, sometime I decided to be prepared.
Yeah. Well, they complained about the noise.
It just proves how shelly people are.
Neighbors on our last power outage, and I got
for you.
on the circuit for the garage lights and turn the garage lights on, and then watch all the neighbors come out of the house and look down.
Oh yeah, I had people that had to go down the road and stop and just look like, how the hell's he got porch lights and all the lights in the house on?
Yeah, what's up with him?
Yeah, and they're like, what kind of generator you got? And I walk around the corner and point to it, and they go, well, that's a building. No, that's a generator.
I would have yelled back, that's my generator building.
Yeah.
That's my own personal power plant.
And then they're like, well, what's that big blue thing? I said, that's called 300 gallons of diesel.
Would you like to buy some power at a reasonable price?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'll let you borrow this extension cord, but you're going to pay for the electricity.
Believe it or not, the power that thing puts out, as long as I knew no one get hurt, I could probably backfeed into the system and light up this whole street.
Yeah, it will put out that much power.
So yeah, because they came out of a military hospital.
Yeah.
But I watched some power company that it's on YouTube. They demonstrated. They took like a little Honda generator like Tom has.
Yeah.
Put it up to a 110, a 120 volt outlet, plugged it in, and demonstrated that it would backfeed through the transformer, get stepped up to the line voltage, come in the high voltage. And if there's a line
touching,
if they're working on the lines and they have contact with that high voltage line, you're at fault because you are generating electricity. And
well, people don't realize that's what them transformers are there for, to step it up. No.
The transformer will.
It takes a lot out of it.
Transformer backwards, it will step it up.
Length of wire. I mean, it's called resistance.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's there for a reason.
Oh yeah, because I know when they come down here and started working on my road alone, the first thing they did, the superintendent and all that come knocking on my door to make sure. They say, "You sure you're not backfeeding?" Because they see that big ass generator. I said, "Trust me, bro." Now I have a pull-out plug, that goes to their line, and I show them, "Here's the deal in my hand. If it jumps across that gap, then y'all pumping way more in there y'all need."
Yeah, I got it's a 200 amp panel, and I just shut the main breaker off. I just pull the main breaker off so nothing from the vat of power can come into the house, and then I just backfeed it.
I have a transfer box. I have a transfer box right before it hits in the transfer box. I just got the old school pull out, just a dead kill, like you do on the air conditioner.
The big old fashioned fuse block with like four fuses.
No, it ain't got fuses in it. It's just solid copper. You pull it out and it just kills it completely.
Oh, okay. So more or less, it's a giant plug.
It's a giant switch.
It's a big disconnect.
A giant jumper.
Well, it's a disconnect like you put on an outdoor AC unit, where they have the pull disconnect where you don't have to go looking for the breaker. You can just, that's what it is. It's just a pull disconnect. That way I know 100% I'm not backfeeding to anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, just sit there It was funny. The first time is everybody was gone but me, and we lost power. So I shut the panel off. I backfeed the generator.
How you getting on, Justin?
I'm sitting there watching TV, drinking a beer,
Yeah.
candles going on in the house and everything because I can limited amount of power I can pull from it. And they come, T-Dub, Pat, and Nancy come walking. What are you doing? I said, watching TV. Well, nobody's got power. We got power. Well, that little Honda generator's so quiet. They passed it in the garage and they didn't even hear the dang thing running.
Yeah, the thing is quiet then, because ours made a big. The one we borrowed made a big.
Justin,
It was a Honda.
Justin,
Was that about
if you need any
1500
more
watts?
money towards the skulls and stuff, let me know.
We
Okay.
couldn't use the microwave with it. Microwave drew too much power. We knew that.
Microwave is like 100 watts, and you can't.
1,500 watts.
Well, that's the reason I invested in the one I did, because I wanted to be to where if I want to go take a hot shower, I can take a hot shower. I want to run the microwave, I can run the microwave. And I could do it all at one time if I need
Yeah.
to.
Well, can you imagine not taking a shower? You know what? The power came on the next day, though. All that hassle and it came on the next day.
Yeah.
But we
Well,
were happy to have it for a day.
I told my neighbor, I said, because he's on that side where it's at, where it sits. And I told him, I said, bro, if you go, I said, it's going to cost you about $280 for the cord I'm telling you about. I said, if you go buy it, you can plug into my generator because there's a second outlet that never gets used on it. And I said, you can run it to your house, turn all your breakers off, and then plug it up to your dryer connection and backfeed, you know.
Well, I
Oh,
just
look
had
at them. Sweet.
I just plugged it into it, plugged an extension cord
Cool.
into the generator and ran it in through the house underneath the door.
Yeah.
I lived in an old
Hey,
house.
Crystal.
Crack wide enough above the door for the cord to go underneath.
I love the hand signals, Cap.
And that was it. One to the coffee pot and one to the den with the lights and the TV and the computer.
Right.
Mine was TV, direct TV, refrigerator that kept the beer in because there's 2 refrigerators in the house. I
Yeah.
sort of get yelled at for not turning on the second refrigerator, the one that carried all the food and nourishment in it.
Crystal Spartan.
Well, you definitely need that refrigerator.
Yeah.
No, I needed the beer refrigerator first before I needed the other one.
Oh,
Talking of expressions, at least you know where you stand with Captain Jerks. At least he makes it obvious with what he's trying to say.
I got to keep
Crystal
power
Spartan.
because I have an
Yeah, I
upright.
figured that.
Yeah, I have an upright and 2 chest freezers, usually full of meat, and I'm not losing that kind of meat. Sorry,
No.
no. Especially fresh cut beef, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely not losing.
Well, that's definitely a reason to have a generator.
Yep. Well, no, because years ago I had a regular little like, you know, the little portable ones, the little 10, and it ran for about 4 or 5 days, but because of the load of the freezers and stuff, it blew out the what they call that in the deal that produces the powder, the armature.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fried that, and yeah, I lost a lot of freaking meat because a lot of it I had to cook and hurry up and give it out. You know, it
Yeah.
still just let it rot.
Well, you know, that during that, I learned how to cook a pizza on a grill.
Oh yeah,
We were grilling everything. We were cooking everything we had in the freezer on the
I
grill.
never cooked a pizza on the grill.
hey, I blew my wife.
First time I did it, it didn't work, but the second time I did, I burned the first one.
Hey, I blew my wife mine yesterday. I cooked cornbread on a stovetop because she didn't think it could be done. I said, "Watch."
Cast iron skillet, right?
Yep. Cast
With the dome lid.
Yeah. You can do it. You can
You
do it.
know what? I
You
haven't
just
cooked
got
in
it
about 6
slow
years.
and low. Slow and
I
low.
haven't cooked in about 6 years, and way in the back of the cabinet in my kitchen, I found my cast iron skillet. It's been sitting
Oh
there
wow.
for 5 years, not used.
Well, you know, I told her, I said, maybe you
And
got
the funny
to think
thing
about
about it is the perfect way to cook a steak.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, to cook a steak is with a cast iron skillet.
Absolutely.
And the thing of it is, with the oven,
Yeah.
you take your cast iron skillet, you pop it in the oven, put
Or
it up
cowboy.
500 degrees,
Yeah.
bake the shit out of that skillet, pull it out, throw it on the cooktop, and throw your steak in there.
Yep.
That's
And
exactly.
it'll stay,
You're
it'll
gonna get
stay
that
warm
steak
enough
done on the
to
outside.
give you a perfectly cooked steak.
Well, that's like someone asked me one day, even when I do it in the house, how I get the crust on my cornbread like I do. I said first, I buttered the cast iron real good, and I stick it even in the house. I stick it in the oven at 500 by itself, and then I pull it out, pour the batter into it, and I put it back in the oven. And it crystal, it caramelizes the crust.
Bam.
Yep.
Just like that. Yeah.
That's the way my mother made cornbread. That's the way to make it.
Yep.
That's the way to do it.
I used to do a lot of cowboy cooking. I'm used to cooking with cast iron on open fire. That's why when people say you can't cook a cornbread on an oven top, I said why?
Nancy and I were talking last night, and she goes, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I said, "I think it was an 8-quart cast iron Dutch oven." And she goes, "Why?" And I said, "I'll show you a few things."
Oh yeah.
I said, "I'll show you a few things you can do with this."
I love my Dutch oven, man. I even have the ones that's got the lid where you can pile the coals on top.
Yeah. It's recessed about that. The lid's recessed about that deep.
Yep, just enough to hold the coals.
You make an oven.
Justin, you're gonna have to educate me on what a Dutch oven is. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
It's when you pull the blankets over your freaking head and fart.
Yeah.
I have a Dutch oven. I can show you what it looks like.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Dutch oven is just it's a cast iron cooking pot that you put on that you suspend over a fire, and then you put coals on the top of the lid so that it cooks from both sides.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a cast iron, like a skillet with high sides, and has a lid that goes on it. Yeah. And you can do it in the oven. You don't need to do it in the fire.
You remember the old witch's kettles?
The cauldron.
Yeah. The cauldron. It's kind of like that.
Oh, okay. So what we call a crock pot, yeah.
And this Dutch oven right here is one that Anthony's talking about.
A crock is different.
You can put charcoal on top of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just a regular Dutch oven there. Yeah. The one I'm talking about.
Here's the one. This is the one.
Yeah. There you go.
Not to be confused with a kosher oven, which actually is two different ovens next to each other.
And see the rim on the lid. You can sit there and put your charcoal or fire on top of that, and it turns it into a true oven. If you look at the legs. Look at the legs on the bottom of it. This is meant to go into a campfire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put it right in the campfire, or you can suspend it over the campfire.
Yeah, on
okay.
Like a shepherd's hook. You can put it on like a shepherd's hook, hang it right over the fire. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, Cooking 101 on Tom's show today.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, if anybody that really wants to survive in any deal, you got to have a set of cast iron. I'm sorry, you just got to have cast iron because it don't matter if you got electric, gas, coal. It don't matter. You can cook on it.
A friend of mine on YouTube, his name is Calvin's Corner 72. He cooks with a Dutch oven on his channel.
Oh yeah.
He's a little bushcrafty once in a while, so he does some cast iron cooking and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I love cowboy.
What do I recognize that name? Is he part of the? No. Okay. No,
he knows a lot of the bushcrafters. He knows a lot of Garage Gang. He knows a lot of the Tennessee, Georgia, and Kentucky crowd, stuff like that.
Yeah, I probably recognize from the bushcrafting people. Yeah.
You like fried bologna sandwiches?
Sure.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, the little 6-inch.
Yeah, I kept mine. Yeah,
that's
I got
8.
that too.
See
that's
how
an 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, is that a 6?
That's the one I make steaks in.
I've got
for myself,
I've got a Lodge 6-inch pan, 6.5-inch. It's got a wolf on the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, that's the brand. Wolf, mate. It was one of the brands.
No, Lodge. It's got a picture of a wolf on it.
Yeah, this is 6.5 inches across.
Yeah, it's the same one I got.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Mine's got a wolf on the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, this thing is so old, the wolf probably got burnt off.
Oh, he's probably still there.
The cast iron is actually shaped like a wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably got so much seasoning on it you can't see it.
Lodge is the best cast iron skillet pan, whatever. They're the best cast iron maker to get.
Lodge. Yeah.
Right now they are.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But yeah, this is the household fried bologna. If you're going to have a fried bologna sandwich, this is what you use here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I got an 8-inch and I have a 6-inch. My 6-inch is so seasoned I can fry an egg in that sucker.
Yeah, I fry eggs in mine all the time. That's
Well, I'll
mainly
have
what I
to
use it for.
reseason mine because it's not been used in about 5 years.
Well,
I can flip them. I can flip I can flip those left-handed.
We got
Yay.
one, and then we got an
Fish
8-inch, and then we
Saturday.
got the Wilma Flintstone.
Yeah. Well, that's the way mine is. I got the 6, I got the 8, I got the 12, and then I got the big 16. Yeah.
Well,
They're not that expensive either. They're actually competitively priced.
is the 16 or 12? I can't remember, but that's the one
They're
I
all
called.
made out of old brake rotors
Every
anyway.
time you saw her, she had it, and she was getting ready to hit Fred over the head with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a 12-inch. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Wilma Flintstone.
Yeah, the old 12-inch.
I've cooked with one of them big old 16-inchers. Woo,
Oh, yeah.
boy. Those are nice.
Yeah, you can get a lot of burger patties in one of them big boys.
My parents actually had some really nice cast iron when I was growing up.
I
Sure
even
did.
have the slate cast iron one that you can pour in there to make cornbread look like little corns. Remember
Oh
those?
wow, okay.
I had
yeah,
one of
yeah,
those.
yeah.
I had one of those pans. I don't know what happened to it, but I had one.
You can
Oh,
find
I
them all
got
over
it.
eBay for cheap.
I got it at my grandma's house when she passed away. Because everybody's like, "Is that all you wanted?" I said, "No, that's all I wanted. Her cast iron." Because her cast iron was seasoned to the gill.
Yeah.
I got a recipe for the Dutch oven that will sit there and take what is it, flank steak, which is really really tough steak. That if you put it in there and the way you cook it, it comes out tender. You thought
Yeah.
you were eating filet after you get done with it.
Yeah, cast
That's
skillet.
why Nancy, I want an 8-quart cast iron
Yep.
Dutch oven.
I'm gonna be cooking some steak later today for my dinner.
I
Woohoo!
don't have any steak. I should say I don't even buy steak. It's too expensive.
Yeah, it has gotten expensive. Now.
It is.
Any beef.
I'm so glad.
I
my
buy a
family
pack of steak fillets. It's like I get three little steak fillets for like £5 something.
I need a refill. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know my
Yeah.
neighbors around here, the way I eat on beef, they think I'm rich. And I'm like, look, if it wasn't for my father-in-law and my brother-in-law, I wouldn't even have steaks. Because they raise their own cattle and butcher their own cattle. That's the only reason.
I
eat
have
it.
a steak about once a month, as a treat.
Oh, I can't lie. I have about 3 times a month, but that's only because it's given to me by my family and I don't have to buy it. You
Well,
know,
there's nothing like your
fresh.
the
Yeah.
fresh family fresh one. Yeah, we did that one year. Gosh, that was some good eating.
Yeah. And see, every year my father-in-law pulls 3 good sized cows, and those 3 are going to be specifically butchered and handed out, between us.
Yeah, you have to divide them up because
The only thing I do every once in a while, we all chip in a little money to buy feed. That especially in the wintertime. Yeah. But other than that, what I pay in feed is nothing compared to what I'd pay if I was buying that shit in the store.
you can't buy the quality in the store. It tastes totally different. There's a
Right, because it's not full of dye. It's not pumped full of additives. Yeah.
yeah, it's totally different. It's a different experience.
Especially if you age it a little bit.
But we just had one of those big chest freezers, and we would do it once a year and just fill the freezer up every year.
Yeah.
I have a chest freezer. I can't even afford to fill it once.
Yeah.
I can't.
Only reason mine gets filled because of family, man. That's about
I
it.
knew it. I said to myself, and I even freaking said to people on panel, on YouTube or whatever, and I said to Crystal even, we're not going to be able to fill this. We're going to be able, we'll take some of that stimulus and we'll freaking buy a freaking freezer because we can't, it's not enough money to move out. So we
Right.
bought a freezer. And now we got a freezer, but now we can't afford to fill it.
Yeah.
It's like
That's it.
buying a wallet and not being able to have the money to put in the wallet.
That's
Well,
the
that's
truth.
because you bought the wallet.
You spent the money on the wallet. Now you don't have money to put in the wallet.
I never really had money to put in my damn wallet anyway.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't start carrying a wallet till I was 39 years old, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I had the same thing. What little bit of money I had in my front pocket, I didn't have enough to buy a wallet and then stick it in. I was like, people's like, why don't you get a wallet? You're making good money now. So yeah, but you know how good it feels to reach in that pocket and feel that big wad of money.
Well, the wad of money in my pocket's usually $1 bill. Fives and ones. There's no 20s in here.
Of course, now I bought a wallet, started carrying it. Now there ain't even no sense in that because now they want everything on card.
Well, you kind of something reminded me of my dad. He would not use a card.
Yeah, I didn't like them either, but
He paid we'd go somewhere to stay for the weekend. We'd stay in those motels. And when it came time to check out of the motel, no, he didn't have a credit card. He pulled out cash and started counting $20 bills off until the hotel bill was paid.
Yeah, but nowadays, man, unless you got a card, you ain't checking in.
Well, that's one of the main reasons I have a credit card is so I can check into a hotel and I could buy a
rent a car. Yeah, rent a car.
You can't buy a plane ticket without a credit card. You can't even get served on the plane without
Let
one.
me tell you how funny the banks got. One time I had cash on me. I went to go pay my mortgage, and I was going to pay in cash. They wouldn't take the cash. They made me deposit it in my bank account and then transfer it from my bank account to them. And I'm like, it's the same bank, you idiots.
Well, like these new people that took over my building here, they will not accept cash. Check. They will accept your personal check.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to pay your rent, let's say you didn't have a checking account, you couldn't take the cash to them and pay it.
Yeah, you'd have to go get a money order
And pay with a money order.
I don't ever pay with a check. I always use money orders. That's it. No checks.
There's a new show on TV called Chaos in Court, and this attorney was being represented by another attorney, and they were going at it, whatever he did in court. But the bottom line came down, the judge fined him. So he sat there and said, okay, fine. So he got his whole legal office together, and they all came in with sacks full of pennies to sit there and pay his fine.
Yep.
And the judge let him sit there and go through the whole thing and the whole 9 yards. And he sat there and she looked at him and she goes, well, that's fine and good. And she goes, city ordinance, we don't take any coin. So how do you want to pay for your fine?
Legally, believe it or not, city ordinance or not, legally, they have to accept coin.
If you want to get into a pissing contest, you're right. They have to take it. But are you going to have to prove your point? You're going to get into the pissing contest?
No, not in their courtroom.
Well, because the bottom line is you're in their playing field, and they make the rules up. And what they're going to
make your life a living hell.
Oh yeah, they keep you.
Well, they got the point, didn't they? You were going to pay the fine in pennies.
The whole idea is to pay the fine, get the fuck out of there, and not come back.
Well, you remember? I don't know if I can't remember if it was the late 70s or to the mid 80s. You remember? I can't remember what state or town it was. There was a guy got on there, and he was a car salesman, and he was advertising. You know how they did those infomercials during the movie?
Yeah.
And he got on there. And he says, "Look what 100,000 bananas could buy you." Do you know a guy showed up with 100 crates full of 100,000 bananas, and the judge made him honor it.
Honor it. Yep.
He bought that car for 1,000 bananas.
Oh, look at that! Sweet.
Oh, that's looking good, Cap.
But he showed up with crates full of bananas.
Gotcha.
I've heard of people getting ticked off for one reason or another at a business or a bank or something like that.
Yeah.
Paying their bill with pennies. It's going in there, bags and bags and bags.
If you go into my bank right now and try that, you would never get anywhere because they'd point in the corner of the bank and there's a Coinstar machine over there. You have to go dump it in that machine and get the printout.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would stand there at that machine and start
Yeah.
feeding it pennies.
Yeah.
The other thing is, when I was a kid, we're doing coin collections, and I still have part of my coin collection. That
Yeah.
you'd sit there and you get money, and you'd run to the bank and say, "Can I get a roll of quarters, please?" And you'd sit there and go through the quarters and see what ones were silver and grab them to fill
Yeah.
your coin collection out. And then you'd make another roll and you take it back, and you had to sign your name, put your phone number down, and give it back to the bank. And
Yeah.
and they knew what you were doing and everything else, which was no problem. You can't do that nowadays.
No.
Yeah, you
You
can.
can't even get quarters
Yeah,
now.
you can.
You can.
Yes,
I can walk
100%.
to the bank and
You
I
can
can.
buy boxes from the bank. You can buy boxes of quarters from the bank all day.
Okay.
You could actually go and get bags of silver from the bank. Certain
But as
banks
a
will sell you a bag of silver coins.
As a 7-year-old kid in a coin collection, I trade in my one roll of quarters and get a new roll of quarters.
Yeah. That way you can look in that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I do that now, Cap? That's the thing. You can buy.
I know here you can't do shit. In fact, they tell you they don't even have change.
Well, they told me that Federal Reserve, the bank told me that this is after going to 4 banks. And she said the Federal Reserve is not allowing them to give out quarters. And they said, what you can do is go to the service desk at a grocery store and they'll give quarters. Well, I went to the grocery store and they said they weren't allowed to give out quarters
Because they're short. They're short on it. There's
But
a-
you know who will give you quarters? The credit union will.
Wait. Let me ask the question then. Am I hoarding quarters? I got a video poker machine that takes $500 worth of quarters to fill the copper. Am I hoarding quarters?
I guess so.
I didn't mean to hoard.
I know around here you try to get change and they tell you, "Oh, there's a change shortage. We can't give you coins."
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Well, I
Oh, I
told
know.
the lady,
They just try to do.
I never dropped the F-bomb in public, but
They're
I told
trying to
that
do. They've been trying to do away with.
at the 4th bank, which was really kind of the 5th bank, because I went back to a bank that I have an account with and have done business with for 20 years. I said, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
This is a mess. You're telling me that I can't get a roll of quarters from you.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I did what she said. The grocery
Yeah, but
store gave me quarters, but it's like the grocery store stopped giving them out. They said,
But
no.
Dave, you got to realize, how long have they been trying to do away with currency? They've been trying to do away with currency for the last 15 years. They've been trying to do away with
I
it.
am not running a debit or credit card through a washing machine. I refuse to do that. Give me something I can put in that machine, but they're not getting my credit card number.
They charged me 75 cents. That must have been when I washed that load of clothes.
Yeah, well, I don't do the shitty underwear.
It's $1.50 to use the washing machine. Are you telling me you're going to debit my card $1.50 every time I want to do laundry?
Well, or they'll do like the laundry mats here. They give you an actual plastic card, just like a
Yeah.
credit
They
card.
got
Well, if
plastic
they do
cards
that,
now
that's
in a lot of
fine.
laundromats.
Going on.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been. I used to. When I keep all my shop rags, I used to take them, and where I go wash them would be in the laundromat.
Or yeah, because you don't want to wash them at
I don't
home.
trash out my home washing.
No.
So
Yeah.
and it was still quarters. I haven't done that in a while because now I'm just throwing them out and sitting there saying heck with them.
Well, if you live in an apartment building like I do with 4 or 5 apartments in it, they'll have machines that still take coins. They have them all over town.
Like ours.
Yeah. Well, ours here, the ones around here, even the laundromats still take quarters, but it has the credit card slot on it too. Yeah.
I'm lucky. I have my own independent flat, so I have my own washing machine
Yeah.
and stuff to do it myself. So
Well, I-
it actually works out better for me to pay per load, because when you consider your electric and they're paying the electric and all that to operate those machines, and they're not making any money off of that dollar. I don't do enough laundry to warrant to have the machines and everything.
Yeah.
As long as I can get away with not having them.
Yeah.
There was a time when I was married, we had a washer and dryer.
I'm like Tom though. I still go to the laundromat when I wash my shop rags.
Well, heck yeah.
That's
Well,
why
yeah, but I mean,
don't go
it's
to
like Tom
laundromats.
says, you stick your oil and gas smelling rags in your washing machine. Watch what your wife do to your ass.
Oh yeah, I found that out the hard way.
Yeah. Why does this washing machine smell like gasoline?
Yes, I washed it all the time.
Hardly ever back then ever dropped the F-bomb, but when I did it the first time, I had what the fuck did you do to my wash machine?
Yeah.
Our house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's our house. That's my fucking wash machine.
Yeah.
What did you do to it? I just washed my shop rags in it. You will not do that anymore. And you owe me a wash machine.
Yeah. Well, at least she's better. My first wife says, you see that? You mess up with this. You see this? You won't get to touch this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I know a lot of people that actually have 2 washing machines, one for the nasties and then one for regular clothes and stuff from the house.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
I
telling
told my shop, I have room if I ever,
Yeah, my grandmother was like that. She had one for like nasty stuff that they used to wash, and then one for the best clothes she had. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
But
I got a hookup
she was
place in
adamant.
my shop.
Yeah.
As soon as I come across a good used one on the side of the road like I normally do and fix it for 10 or 12 bucks, I'm gonna stick it in there.
Yep. Go to Maytag and be like, hey, I need this part. Oh, got it right here. Ah!
Well, with the number of hotels in town, and you can imagine the towels and the linen and everything else that go through in a year, it all gets chopped up in the rag size and it's put in the big bags, basically. And you go in and you spend $25 and you buy maybe a 30-pound bag of rags.
Yeah.
It lasts you a long time. And if you wash them and clean them, they'll last you longer.
Yeah, the Comfort Inn here does that every so often. You can go in there and buy this huge 12, it's like a 12 milliliter bag, leaf bag full of rags and shit for like $10.
The bags you were buying about next time I'm in McFadden-Dale, they're right at the front door when I walk in McFadden-Dale. It's my major hardware store here. And next time I walk in, Gemma just left.
Gemma just left.
Where did you go? They're about this tall.
Yeah. But like for $10 you can get a whole bag full of them, man. They're great for shot rags. Yeah.
And then
if you need to clean
out, but now I'm not as active anymore. So now I just when I go to Sam's Club, I buy a little bundle of nice orange shop rags and I throw them in there. And when they get dirty, I throw them away.
You know what? We make those where I work.
When you need to freaking clean the camera lens, all you do is go and get yourself a thing of diapers, right? And they call them camera lens cleaners. What they are is used diapers that can no longer be freaking like in the rotation of the big diaper companies, of like the big diaper services.
Yeah.
So they sell them to clean your cameras. And once in a while you can actually see a little brown tinge on some of them. And you're like,
oops, this one didn't.
But they're still good to clean your camera lens. You're just not going to chew on the damn thing.
Left a little smudge on the lens there.
Well, you know what? Back in Virginia, there was this factory, this plant that actually recycled diapers, and they were the kind that weren't the washable diapers. They were the disposable diapers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
They got them from like hospitals and stuff like that. And there was they were actually able to recycle that and get some kind of fiber out of it or something like that. It was pretty.
Oh yuck!
Pretty
They need to then throwing that shit in landfill because that
That's
shit.
what they've been putting in the granola bars.
Landfill, they were able to recycle
What,
that
baby diapers?
for something.
Oh yeah, them disposable.
Well, he said it was fiber.
Yeah, them disposable vapor diapers. People don't realize that shit that gels up in there to hold the piss and stuff. That's pretty fucking detrimental to the fucking ground.
Yeah.
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 I don't even know what material that is. Probably.
I used to know the compound of it, but it's not nice.
Let me tell you something.
Factory that actually recycled that to keep it from going into the landfill. What they did with it, I don't know. But it stunk like you wouldn't believe.
Well, yeah.
That place was a real stinky operation.
Yeah. Well, you imagine that gel's full of nice ammonia from all the
Ammonia.
yeah.
That was a stinky operation, I won't tell you.
But I'll tell you what, if you get a good clean baby diaper, let's say a new baby diaper, nothing better for polishing a car.
Oh yeah, yeah, the old cloth ones. Yeah.
Yeah, the cloth ones.
They got all those fibers. Yeah.
That's why I got a kick out of Nancy when we first started. When T-Dub was born at Hill Air Force Base in Ogden, Utah. And she sat there and she had the diaper pail and we were using cloth diapers and she gave me this is what you do, how you do it and everything else, the whole 9 yards. But when that kid started eating solid food, God, I wanted to walk in there with a mask, rubber gloves, a respirator, sitting there going, and what are you doing? I'm getting ready to change the diaper here. Damn.
And what is it with toddlers when they eat peas and carrots? It goes through them and come. I mean, what the? Yeah, I mean, it's like a big fucking just ooze of orange or green. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
It doesn't even change color.
No. In fact, I think it comes out greener than it went in.
Like that, you're going, didn't you give time for this stuff to process through your body? Why is it the same fucking color? It doesn't
Well,
have
it happens
my
in
body
grown-up
that color.
A lot of heavy dyes and stuff in that food.
Well, yeah. Well, carrots are not supposed to be orange anyway. I hope y'all know that.
Oh, they're supposed to be white.
No, naturally carrots are purple.
Purple
Believe it or
is
not.
white. Yeah, it's a purple.
They're actually supposed to be purple. There's mutations of white, which makes them parsnips actually.
Right.
And freaking there's actually mutations of yellow, green, and orange. So there you go. The orange ones.
Bugs Bunny always eat big old orange carrot.
And ladies and gentlemen, this culinary information is presented to you by Captain Jerk.
Yeah.
Captain Jerk is the cook.
But he's right though.
He is.
And the orange ones were more or less mass produced because they were more appeasing to the eye than the
purple.
Yep.
Would you pick up a purple carrot and eat it?
Yeah,
well, I do because I grow heritage carrots, so I love them.
Well, hey, you eat beets, right? Beets are purple.
Oh hell yeah, I eat beets right now. I could pull them out of the ground, wipe them off, and start eating it.
Yeah, they're good raw.
Ouch.
Walk them off.
Now I got to look in the store. I got to go into a Whole Foods store where it's all natural and organic and see if I can find a heritage carrot. I've never seen one. Be honest with you.
They're purple. Most of them now are purple with a little kind of a sliver of white. You know, kind of like a marble looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I like eating carrots. I mean, that was the biggest thing when we used to.
Yeah, but most stores, I know all my stores around here, I've never seen them. Never seen them in the store. Always just the orange bastards.
That's fine for me. I'll eat them.
Oh yeah, I know. But I like heritage. You know, I have no problem eating a purple carrot.
I'll eat a carrot. I don't care if it's orange or purple. As long as it's a carrot, I'll eat it.
Well, you know, it's kind of like the ketchup.
And it's got plenty of ranch dressing.
Well, it's kind of like the ketchup thing. You remember when they stopped? They were selling the ketchup without putting the red dye in it, and it had the green color to it, and people.
Yeah.
It tastes just like ketchup, but it messed with people's mind because it looked like baby poop.
Yeah.
But the natural color of ketchup is green because of green tomatoes.
Yep, they grind it.
If everybody realized the amount of dye that goes into our food to make it appeasing, that we would eat it, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, and then they wonder why they shit so funny.
I don't eat a lot of box foods anymore.
Yeah.
I'm even starting to
one guy said he was eating so much processed food when he'd shit, it would change the color of the fucking toilet bowl water.
Yeah, I even started freaking steering away from pasta and things. So
well, I don't eat. The only thing pasta I like is mac and cheese. I can't get away from.
No, I don't. I won't eat mac and cheese out of the box anymore. I'll make it myself before I do that.
Nancy has an awesome recipe for it, but we never make it. And lately, she's been on a mac and cheese kick. We just tried Stouffer's the other night, threw that out. Now we're trying Marie Callender's.
Marie Callender's pretty good. Yeah.
No, I won't eat Marie Callender anything. It's too much salt. Way too much salt for me, buddy.
Okay.
Well, it's a lot easier to throw a Marie Callender macaroni and cheese in there because I don't eat it that often.
It's not about convenience, David. It's about diet.
I get fried chicken from the Publix. They have really good fried chicken, and I like to have the macaroni and cheese with the fried chicken.
Yeah, Publix
I'll have it delivered, and
Publix down in Florida have really good fried chicken, David.
I just throw that in the microwave and warm it up. The chicken's still hot from the store when they drop it off here because I use the Instacart service. It arrives hot.
Yeah, I finally ate chicken from the Walmart here, and I was surprised. It was actually pretty damn good.
Walmart has good chicken. What we
Yeah,
do
it
Well,
surprised
I
me.
remember is ordering a
They're
plate.
good. No, this is in the deli. They're fried chicken that's already prepared by them, already pre.
Yeah.
already-
Yeah, they're good. They have good chicken at Walmart. It's
Yeah.
delicious.
All right, now I got to tell Nancy this.
They have barbecue chicken and they have General Tso's chicken.
Well, what's that other thing they do too? The popcorn shrimp. That was pretty damn good too.
Yeah, well, we stopped eating at KFC. We went into KFC one time and we're standing there because she didn't want to drive through. We're standing there and I'm ordering and everything else, and I'm looking at this kid. This kid goes back and he's sitting there powdering the chicken, putting it on the pan, getting ready to do it. And all of a sudden he steps away from it, picks a paper towel out of the dispenser, blows his nose, throws it back in, not gloved, throws the tissue or the paper towel in the trash and goes back powdering up chicken and everything else. I turned around and looked at Nancy. I said, come on, we're out of here. And the lady goes, well, you didn't finish your order. And I said, not with him blowing his nose in the back and not washing his hands and putting the chicken back on. I don't need no snot chicken here. And we walked out.
I want to tell you, that was the dirtiest place. I'd much rather go to Walmart and get chicken because KFC was filthy. I mean, you walk in and put your hand down on the counter and your hand would stick to it.
Yeah,
And
I don't eat fast food
use
anymore.
409 and a paper towel. Can you at least clean a counter?
At least a rag with some Dawn dish soap or something.
Yeah, I don't eat any fast food anymore. I don't go to restaurants.
Cat, as I'm getting older, there is not a fast food restaurant that let's say like McDonald's. I don't eat McDonald's anymore. I don't eat Burger King. No Wendy's. No nothing. The only burger place I'll go to, and you guys don't have it out there, is In-N-Out because they are great burgers. And I get protein style, which means the burger's wrapped in lettuce, so there's no carbs in it.
I don't eat lettuce.
No,
Tom, they had In-N-Out in Virginia.
they do.
I remember doing business with them when I worked at the company that where I sold supplies and stuff.
There's a few of them scattered, but
What
most
makes
of them
In-N-Out stand above everybody else is their beef they use is never frozen.
That was a good burger. That was a really good burger.
And they have their own process plant. Their
Yeah,
beef-
we have a place like that here, but it's not In-N-Out. It's called Whataburger.
Whataburger, yeah, we've eaten.
We had a Whataburger. It went out and some independent guy took it over and it was called Manny Burger.
Yeah.
But Whataburger, isn't that the one that was the real big burger? It was like 6 inches.
Well, it was always fresh ground meat, never frozen.
Never
Well,
frozen.
some guy just took that over.
And it still is,
and made
apparently.
business out of
Because
it. Still
We go to
sold.
one in Texas outside Grapevine, Texas, when we're down visiting T-Dub. We go there.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an interesting Super Bowl because I'm not going to be in Grapevine, Texas. T-Dub's going to be out of town, so we're not going to go back for Evelyn's birthday, which is always Super Bowl weekend, which is sort
They
of
don't have anything like that around here. We don't have a Whataburger. We don't have an In-N-Out.
In-N-Out is, to me, it's a California chain, and they just started since the old man who started it passed away, and now the kids are running it. They started going that way, but the kids sat there and said, "We will never go X number of miles from our process plants to keep our beef fresh." And the last place they opened up in was in Texas, and now they're in Texas. And because they built a processing plant in Texas. So now they're expanding in Texas.
Yeah.
Well, that's like Whataburger. There's several processing plants in Texas, so that's why they're all over in this area.
Well, they were here in Vegas when I first came to Vegas in 72.
Yeah.
And just as you're getting used to a Whataburger, all right, let's go, and gone.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably why that place went out of business. Why
They
that
probably were too far from the processing plant.
processing
Yeah.
plant. He said, well, we got a good thing going here. I want to still make hamburgers and just change the name of the place. And they were good burgers.
But fast food, it just, I have no stomach for it anymore. It just, I mean, I see a McDonald's commercial. It doesn't look appetizing. It doesn't look appealing because what they show on TV, you know, is going to be 180% different than what you get.
I don't watch TV.
I don't
You
either.
got
What
a
you
pimple
talking about? What you talking about when you stand in there ordering, you're looking at the picture and they hand it to you and you open up and you look up and you go, that's not what I ordered.
Yeah,
That's
you got a pimple face kid back there who's got the bun, and now he slaps the burger together, and now he puts this on it, and now he puts this on it, and he stuffs it in the bag, and there it is.
No, you forgot one thing.
Oh,
Right before the cheese gets slapped on there, he went,
oh yeah. And I shouldn't talk that way because I did work restaurants in high school. Right.
You know what goes in, because I worked in restaurants too, and there's some of them to this day. Since I worked in them, I would not eat it.
Yeah. You got
Well,
that
you
right.
ought to be in the business where you do service on the equipment at restaurants. And we've seen some really good restaurants and we've seen some really loud
Bad, yeah.
restaurants. So we were very selective about where we went to eat.
No, it was a Chicago thing, and it was called Hackney's, and it's around the Chicagoland area. And I worked, the one I worked at in Wheeling, Illinois is closed down now because the kids, now here again, the old man died and now the kids got a hold of it, and now
Run
the
it
kids
to the ground.
doing everything and
Anthony,
anything, but they're
Tom, I'll
what?
tell you what, guys, you have no idea how many people I have freaking put out of a job. I got them fired for doing nasty shit in the freaking food.
Yeah.
I can tell you that right now. I don't play any of those games. Even when I was working in a freaking fast food place, I'm like,
I
no,
never,
dude, no,
I
you fucked up.
I never worked fast food. I worked restaurants, but we never not on a customer's dinner or anything else. You know, blow snots in it or to do whatever. We never fucked with anybody's food, because it's the simple that we looked at is the fact is that we could be sitting there and somebody else could be back there and eat. And if we didn't establish that policy, let's say in this kitchen, then. But we never fucked with anybody's food. But
Well, not all fast food is bad. There's this one burger chain.
That's why they had that saying, do unto others you have done on
We
you.
had to do a lot of warranty work in. They bought the equipment. Was Hardee's. I don't know if that ever made it out to Vegas, but there
I know what Hardee's is. I've had that.
is
that's
every Hardee's I've been in.
you're out
I've
here.
had to go with the service techs on the warranty calls, and those places are clean. They're spotless.
Well, I heard it's got closed
It
down.
depends on where you go, David.
Out here.
Depends on where you go.
Hardee's out
I've
here.
only been in one Hardee's restaurant that was dirty. Only one.
The Hardee's down here all got closed for being nasty.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
health
Hardee's,
department-
like I said, depends on where you go. There's Hardee's out in Iowa that I went to, and those are pretty nice. Not
Yeah.
bad. Some of them are kind of grody.
Spick and span. It's been there for.
Carl's Jr. out here, and we won't go to either. They're filthy. We won't go to
I
anyone.
never cared for Carl's Jr. Never did.
I've never been to one of those. I don't
Never
know.
been there.
Been
Well,
one time.
check it.
As a fire inspector, and as you go in the back of the house, you get to see half the stuff, and it's just if you were to think about the inspections that you just went through and come back and order, it'll never happen.
No.
No.
That's like when I was
You're in
working
the
on
business and you know what restaurants are clean or
Well,
what.
yeah, that's like me. I was working for refrigeration and we did all the commercial units. And I'm gonna tell you our worst, not all of them, but majority of them, there's only 2 of them that ever did what they were supposed to, but the rest of them were nasty shit, and that was Arby's.
That's a filthy place.
Those son of a bitches were nasty back here, and I'm like,
The dirtiest damn place I've ever seen was an Arby's.
now that one I went to, they were always clean, but that's only because the manager was OCD, and she, shit had to be spotless.
Well, there was one Arby's that was very clean because we were family friends with the couple that owned that Arby's franchise.
Yeah.
They were real friendly with us at the business. We treated them like family. And that place was spotless. It was a
The
beautiful.
rest of them, man, I wouldn't eat in there if I was starving.
One here was a disgrace. Arby's, it's now a pizza place. It's one of those.
I swear to God, one time I had to move a cooker off the wall to get to the wire, the box in the back, for the wiring.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, a roach pulled a razor blade on me.
Anthony, we used to use a company like yours to do refrigeration service.
A roach pulled a shiv on you?
Yeah.
We subcontracted.
Hey man, I cut you so bad. You wish I didn't cut you so bad.
Well, I remember
You want some roast beef,
he was
motherfucker?
one of the owners of the company. He went to a restaurant and he raised something up on the stove, so he had to repair something on a stove. He was down there on his knees and he was getting ready to do his job, and he looked up. This was a gas stove, so he looked past the manifold and he saw 2 mice staring at him out of the stove.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how dirty that place was.
That's the way this one was. I pulled it out, and like I said, roaches went everywhere. And then I told that woman, I said, "You been talking about a strange smell?" She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "I don't know where the hell it is." I said, "Do you ever pull this equipment off the wall?" And she's like, "I've been working here 8 years, and I don't remember it ever been pulled from the wall." And I said, "Come here, let me show you what your smell is. Between the rat droppings, the roach shit, the food." Yeah. I was like,
Grease, everything.
oh, God, man. I'm like, every once in a while, you got to pull this equipment. That's why it's on wheels. You
You
unlock
roll it out and clean
That's
behind.
why they're on wheels, so you can roll them.
Yeah, yeah. Even the ones that are hardwired, they have enough in them to where you can pull them about 4 foot off the wall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can
My
get behind
friend-
there and clean
My
that.
friend's parents had countertops, like their whole counter and freaking cabinet units would roll away from the freaking wall, so they
So
could
you
clean
can-
out from underneath and in back of it and everything.
Yeah, that
That
way you
place
can
was-
degrease it.
That place was very, very clean. Let me tell
Yeah.
you.
Well, that's why they designed that way. You can roll it out and you take that degrease,
Yeah, man.
spray it, let
Yeah.
it sit a little bit, and then you take the hose and wash it down into the drain.
And I want to tell you that degreaser was good cleaner. You could clean this.
Oh, well, you could have a piece of stainless steel that looked like shit. You spray it a little bit down there and let it run down, it looked like brand new steel.
Yeah, that stuff would clean you.
It cleaned you too.
Oh yeah, it would make all your hands real smooth. You had to use.
Oh,
gloves.
it actually would. It would eat my nails.
Well, it
my
was
nails would
sodium
get-
hydroxide. It was lye, is basically what it was.
Yeah, my nails would get so thin I could just rip them.
Yeah, it would make your nails real soft. We had
All
a
right, guys,
we had a whole tank of
we're
that.
going on 4:37. We're over.
All right.
All right. So I want to say thank you to Breezy
problem.
Shop, Porter Grip, Teresa, David Collins, Captain Jerk, Anthony Redneck Way of Life, and everybody else who popped in. The David Collins, the Gemma. Let's see. Yep, I got named everybody.
All right. Later, man.
Everybody
Later.
for coming, and we'll pick you up next Friday.
Good night, fellas. Thanks
Later.
for having me up, Tom, Dave, Anthony, chat.
Later.
Peace.